Hey guys and gals, it's Monday night, so let's mint mask. Saturday night, I had the privilege of being a part of a beautiful young couple's wedding. I love weddings. Weddings are a place of dreams being fulfilled and dreams being begun. And I I can't help but think about my own wedding. So here, real quickly, let me give a shout out to my bride of over 30 years. I love you, baby, more today than I did 30 years ago, and I would marry you again over and over. But marriage is not a destination. I think one of the great failures in our lives is when we think once we say I do, we're done. Well, that's just simply not the truth. Marriage is not a destination, marriage is a journey. When we get married, we begin with hopes and dreams, and we can begin with some uncertainties too. We don't know what life's going to hold. We can plan and we can purpose and we can pray, but we don't know what life's going to hold, and we don't know what married life's going to hold, the challenges it's going to have, and the blessings it's going to have, and whether it's going to be hard sometimes or really, really easy sometimes. Marriage is an incredible journey. And if you're watching this and you're not married, let me just tell you this. When it's done right with the right person, it's the greatest thing in the world. I highly recommend the institution of marriage. But marriage is much like that novel quote. It's the best of times and it's the worst of times. Marriage can bring into our lives the very best that life has to offer, because you see, when you're married and you're in love and you're doing it right, your sorrows are halved. You have someone there to cry with you and to encourage you, and to be all those things to make the dark times in life a little brighter and a little lighter. But when marriage partners share joys, they are multiplied. There is nothing greater than hearing my bride tell me, I love you and I'm proud of you. That's just the best. So marriage brings us division of sorrows and the multiplication of joys. And now marriage isn't easy. Marriage has its challenges, but I want to give you real quickly a few things you can do. If you're not married, here's my advice for you. Wait on that mate. I heard a fisherman once say the quality of the fish is determined by the quality of the lake in which you fish in. Please do not sell yourself short. Please do not sell your opportunity short. Be careful where you're fishing for that mate, because you want to catch the very best fish. And I would be absolutely remiss if I didn't say this. I caught my fish at church, or better yet, she caught me. Lucky dude, huh? So, if you're not married, please wait and do it God's way. Now, if you are married, here's something you need to do, is you need to date that mate. Sometimes life gets really busy, and sometimes we get really lazy. I think that's a good term, lazy. And we take for granted the fact that we dated our mate when we were dating, and we were trying to woo them and convince them they should spend the rest of their lives with us. Well, that shouldn't ever expire. You need to date your mate. You need to be intentional about going out and doing things, spending time together. Because one day, if you have kiddos, you're going to be the two of you again. And you need to be investing in each other so that when it's just the two of you is all that you need. And if for some reason your marriage is struggling a little bit, and sometimes they do, the best of marriages can struggle. Can I say this? Fight for that mate. Don't you give up the fight. Get in there and fight for that mate. You pray about it. You study about it. Seek counseling if you need it. But please, fight for that mate. Your marriage is one of the greatest gifts of your life, and you cannot let it go lightly and easily into that sweet night. I absolutely love being married, and I am so thankful for my wife. And I want you to know this. God loves you, and God has a plan for you, and I believe God has a mate for you. And if we will wait and do things like the old preacher once told me, when we do, brain freeze, when we do God's ways and God's timing, we will always receive God's best. There you go. So I hope you have a happy marriage. I hope you have a great week. And thank you, as always, for your most precious gift to me, your one and only time. And I look forward to seeing you next week, Lord willing, on Mint Mask with a Message.